If you're a huge fan of golf, you've likely wondered about how players and the members of the PGA conduct themselves behind the scenes. And if you've actually seen BTS footage, you might have wondered who was behind it. Well, thanks to a recent episode of Henny and Hallie, fans have gotten a peek at the experiences of producer Ali Kerns. We'll be covering that and more in today's video, so let's get into it. Firstly, who is Ali Kerns? Ali Kerns is a producer that currently works for the PGA Tour. She has the opportunity to share the field with the greatest golf players in the world. Her duties amount to filming and editing behind-the-scenes footage of the regular happenings in the golf world, including intimate content regarding the lives of players before and after they've had their time on the 18 holes. That's pretty much a dream job for any fan of the sport. But how do you even get to be in a position like that in the first place? Well, when Kerns was 15, she began recording her own music. That was soon followed by attempts at making her own music videos. That's what sparked an interest in video production, and eventually, she went on to attain her bachelor's degree in communication at Clemson University. While at Clemson, she began working as a student videographer for the school's athletics department, and that's when she realized she wanted to be a professional producer. After graduating from Clemson in 2018, she was hired as a digital producer for the PGA Tour in St. Augustine, Florida, and she's been working with the organization ever since. Having produced a whole host of videos for both Clemson and the PGA, Kerns clearly takes pride in capturing moments that would otherwise never be seen by the public. Her job might be fulfilling, but it's because of her trained eye and passion that she has it. Next, speaking to Henny and Hallie, we now know a lot more about what it's like to work inside the PGA thanks to a recent episode of the podcast Henny and Hallie, Women with Game. Ali Kerns' experience documenting the PGA Tour that has been shared with the public. Though previously resigned to being behind the camera, letting the players and the game shine, Kerns has decided to step into the light and give us insight into what it's like to personally be there in those special moments she captures. She was asked about what it was like to be a producer, to which she responded that she's constantly trying to look at what everybody else isn't. It's about trying to capture things that wouldn't otherwise be seen through regular broadcasts on television. There's a lot more going on at a tournament than just the swings that viewers are accustomed to watching, and everything behind that makes the stories on the field that much more compelling. Of course, apart from getting to capture all these amazing moments and be with the players, Kerns also gave another more relatable reason for wanting to join the PGA Tour as a producer. When speaking to her father, the two discussed the issue of traveling in order to keep up with the events and being able to document them. The PGA Tour has events all around America as well as the globe, so Kerns really appreciated the opportunity to visit the amazing venues and cities where the events take place. Moving on, her experience entering the organization. A major topic of discussion raised by one of the hosts concerned what Kerns' initial experience of working in the PGA was like, particularly as a woman. The producer gave a candid response, not only to the welcome she got, but also to her own expectations and subsequent reaction. Kerns said that she was surprised but excited that the PGA was freely hiring individuals that didn't really have a background in golf. As a result, her first impression was quite positive. However, being a woman in that space without prior experience in the sport made her feel like she had to prove herself. She knew she had the skills to be a producer, but felt like she needed to ensure that there was no doubt about her abilities in that space. Though there were individuals throughout her career that made offensive comments or tried to spread negativity, Kerns persevered and tried not to take any of it personally. She said that the main obstacles she faced were those that she set up for herself as a result of low self-esteem and anxiety over not being worth the position she held. But of course, the negativity and ignorant comments do tend to affect people, and Kerns has had to learn how to balance being confrontational while also maintaining her positivity. Golf has always been seen as a male-dominated sport, so it makes sense that women would have certain challenges in making the space their own. Finishing this segment with, what else did they discuss? Apart from discussing what her job is actually like, Kerns also talked about how people perceive it and the attention that she's gotten as a result. She brought up instances where people would come up to her excitedly and ask her what she does and what her job is like. We're sure that she'd gotten somewhat of an ego boost when people said that they'd love to have a job like hers. She also talked about being a sort of role model for other women in that space, saying that you never know if there are little girls at a tournament or women that are determined. Being in that space and having her position, she stands out as a beacon for them to believe that they can actually do what she's doing, what they might have been wanting to do but didn't really think was possible. That's something about the job that's exciting for her, and it's what she tries to focus on rather than and the negativity that might be present on occasion. Host Hallie Ledbetter praised Kerns for being a positive and exciting personality in the world of golf media, where things have normally been quite boring and stiff. It's clear that Kerns is the type of person that genuinely loves her job, and it shows in the content that she produces. Other news. First up, Patrick Welch makes his PGA debut. One of the strangest swings a golf fan will ever see is set to make its debut on the PGA Tour, courtesy of Patrick Welch. Welch is a fifth-year senior at the University of Oklahoma, and he'll be gearing up for his first swing at the PGA in the Shriners Children's Open. What makes Welch's swing so strange is the fact that he doesn't grip the club conventionally. Instead of having his trail hand below the lead hand, he does the opposite, offering viewers a strange sight as he revs up the swing. It's not wholly original, as many players do use their left hand lower than the right when putting or doing a drill. The difference is that Welch does it for every swing. Another thing that sets him apart from the rest of the golfers set to play at Shriners is the fact that he wears gloves on both his hands, which is not that common. Next, LIV claims players can earn ranking points. Following the signing of a strategic agreement with the Middle East and Africa Tour, or MENA Tour, the LIV Golf Series said that its players can now earn ranking points. As the LIV Golf Series isn't currently recognized by the official Golf World Ranking, or OGWR, organization, players that participate in the new tour risk sliding down the board, which means they could lose out on the chance to play at majors. However, the MENA Tour has been recognized by the OGWR since 2016, which makes things interesting. As part of the agreement between LIV and MENA, all LIV players have not joined the latter tour. The hope is that the OGWR will, as a consequence, have to offer ranking points to LIV players. If that is the case, then LIV Golf chief Atul Khosla is right in saying that the agreement is mutually beneficial, as MENA gets some of the best players in the world, while the LIV offers player security in terms of world rankings. It must be noted, though, that the OGWR hasn't confirmed whether these newly inducted MENA players will automatically earn world ranking points. Though the BBC has approached the OGWR organization for comment, there has been no word on whether the agreement has worked out as planned. Lastly, PGA Tour countersues LIV. Every day brings with it some new chapter in the rivalry between the LIV Golf Series and the PGA Tour. The two golf organizations have been locked in an intense sequence of legal proceedings, spurred on by an antitrust lawsuit courtesy of LIV Golf players poached from the PGA. Now the PGA has countersued the LIV, alleging that the suit that the LIV players filed is not about unfair competition. They state that the LIV itself is espousing unfair competition by having filed the suit in the first place. The suit says that the antitrust lawsuit is a cynical effort to avoid competition. That's a wrap for this video. Do you wish you had Ali Kerns' job at the PGA? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.